everyone, welcome to another Python programming lesson where today I'm going to show you guys how I can utilize functions with implementation of various inputs when you call that function. So I'm going to show you guys a FizzBuzz project, and I have comments here to show you what this project will perform. So we're going to provide a number in the function when we call it, and if that number is divisible by 3, we're going to return the word fizz. If it's divisible by 5, we're going to return buzz. If it's divisible by 3 and 5, we'll return the string fizzbuzz. And lastly, if it is not divisible by 3 and or 5, we'll only return the input that the number is initially called. So let's get right into it. So initially, I'm going to define the function, and I'm going to call it fizzbuzz. And in the parentheses, it's going to take a number parameter. And under the fizzbuzz function, I'm going to have if statements. So I'm going to say if that number is divided by 3 and has a remainder of 0, well, modulus, that's what the percentage sign means, I'm going to return the word fizzbuzz. If the number modulus 5 is equal to 0, we're going to return buzz. Oop, sorry about that, not fizzbuzz. It should just be fizz because that's only focused on 3. So I'm going to show you guys just these two parts first real quick. So I'm going to print out the function when I'm going to call it, and I'm going to run it with the parameters or arguments of 3 and 5. So it should print out fizz as well as buzz for both of these. So we know that our program is properly structured to handle a divisible by 3 and 5 scenario, but we also have to implement a scenario where it is divisible by 3 and 5 under the same number. So like if we were to have 15, and as well as having a number not divisible by either of these numbers. So I'm just going to return number outside of either of these if statements, because if none of these if statements run, then we're just going to have to return that number. So like 14, if 14 is not divisible by 3 and or 5, it's going to just return 14. Now lastly, I actually have to put the last scenario at the very top, where I'm going to have the number divisible by 3 and 5. And the reason for this is if I have this if statement below the if statement where the number is divisible by 3 or the number is divisible by 5, when I put a number in, the program reads from top to bottom. So it would actually either read fizz or buzz before it reaches fizzbuzz. So that's why I have to put fizzbuzz, the return fizzbuzz feature, at the top. So when I print out fizzbuzz and I have the argument of 15 and I run this code, you'll see that the terminal at the bottom will say fizzbuzz and then fizz, then buzz, and then 14, because 15 is divisible by 3 and 5, 3 is divisible by 3, 5 is divisible by 5 with 0 remainder, and then 14 is not divisible by either. So that concludes this little tutorial walkthrough on functions, as well as kind of showing you guys parameters and arguments in Python programming, as well as a little intro to if statements.